And welcome back to another episode of the Meathead Manual. I'm gonna just apologize straight out. It's just us today. It's just us. Sorry, we don't have any cool people with us right now. It's just us fucks. Cool. Okay, cool. All right. I am one of your hosts, the meatiest meatball in the motherfucking world, Mr. Adam Garcia. With me as always is my good buddy, my fucking compadre, my good friend, Mr. Andrew Harris. Say what's up.
What's up, guys?
So we're recording just a little later than
A couple days later.
Yeah, a couple days later than usual, mainly because life fucking hit.
Happy life and you know.
And that's going to be kind of like what we're going to go into for this episode before we go, obviously before the next episode, which is our
50th episode.
50th. That's it. What is this?
Oh, fuck. Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh! So
How now, bro?
I wanted to touch base on this, and it's something that I just kind of popped up. One, you have the World Cup going on,
Yeah.
literally as
Can't be missing that.
yeah.
USA. Here we go.
Are they winning right now?
They're winning 2-0.
Damn.
Yeah.
How far into the World Cup are we?
We're into the elimination, so round of 32.
Oh,
So it's win or go home now.
damn.
So
Well, with that also being said, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a huge soccer fan, so
I'm not either, but it's kind of fun. Yeah.
yeah, it's just because I know right now it's a lot of people are looking at Mexico, U.S. and who else?
Well, I mean, like France, Brazil are always your Portugal are always kind of your favorites. A couple big ones that already lost, like Germany lost. They were a favorite to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, U.S. isn't usually ranked up.
Yeah, that was one thing that I was
pretty well right now.
That was one thing I was told too, is that like the U.S. usually falls out pretty
Yeah,
pretty
they don't
easy.
do too well.
Yeah, but now this time we're doing pretty good.
Looks like it. We'll see.
Looks like Trump's America made something after. Anyway, let's not go there looking. But now, so with that being said, I wanted to bring up a little bit of something. Now, mind you, I did not know this person. However, this dude has been around for a long time, right? He was around for a long, long time. He was, one of the guys, honestly, that I looked at, as kind of like an emulation of what I felt like I could do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, Mason Cervantes.
Mm-hmm.
Mason Cervantes passed away not too long ago. You can call him pretty much one of the OGs of the early like late 2000s to early 2010s, right? He was heavily competitive. He competed with guys like Adam Rodriguez to Andy Wong, him, Andy, Adam, as well as Steve Gentile were all really close friends, and they were all training partners at one point.
Yeah.
And like, again, it was one of those things where it's like you see someone and you're just like, oh, okay. Him and I are kind of similar. So I feel like I could reach what he's doing, you know what I mean? And but the reason why I also bring this up is because I had to reach out to Andy because Andy said something on his Instagram. He was like, I've never lost anyone. This is a first for me, close, right? And so a little bit of background on me. I've lost more friends than I actually have in real life, or in life.
Yeah,
all the way starting from freshman year of high school all the way up until actually recently with Diego Vasa.
Yeah.
So it's like it's understandable. It's like, when it comes down to it, there's like, if you're fortunate, I hate to say, if you're fortunate enough to not have to deal with that, that's awesome. But I can tell you right now, it's, especially as like you get older, it starts to become a little bit more of a thing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's always kind of it's kind of a joke, but it's like more like it's kind of the same. You know, you start going to more funerals and weddings,
yeah, as you get older.
yeah, as you get older,
Yeah.
and yeah, it gets really true. Unfortunately, I mean, like you know, like you, I've known quite a few people who have passed for many plethora of different reasons,
Mm.
and yeah, I already have gone to way more funerals than weddings
Yeah.
early in life, so it's like, yeah, I always look at it though, you know, if yeah, those people that can make it, and because Andy is into what he's 40, in his 40s, without having something like that happen, that's pretty good because it's not it's
It's
not it's not a limited thing.
uh,
You know, after enough, you get kind of numb to it, and
that's the biggest
that
issue is you know, uh it affects overall too, because you know it's you get to a point where I think it was I like to bring up Rocky,
Mhm.
right? And there's a I think it was Rocky, I think it was Rocky Five, Return of Rocky. But it was I think it was Rocky Five actually.
Yeah.
And he was back in the in his old gym, and he picks up a glove and he starts to remember what Mickey talked to him about.
Yeah.
And Mickey, while he was giving him, Rocky like one of his like most favorite gifts ever, which is Rocky Marciano's cufflink,
Mhm.
he talks to him and tells him, he's like, listen, like you keep losing and losing until you start looking around and being like, well, what the fuck am I around here for? You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like, and it's the truth. It's like, you know, I've had a plethora of friends either die from uh self-induced or, you know, things that just, you know, life ends up taking them. And
Mhm.
it's sad. But I think the scariest part is that like you kind of like uh sometimes, especially as if you deal with it at a younger age, you kind of subconsciously kind of like keep people at a little bit of a distance, because it's like, you know, subconsciously you I get a little bit nervous to even like be close to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you get close to anyone, it's like, fuck it, dude,
Mhm.
you're gonna die anyway.
Well, they
Oh,
die, and that's more pity for you.
exactly.
Yeah, definitely. It's a common reaction for a lot of people who
Yeah.
um they don't know how. And I also think in Western culture we don't necessarily deal with death very well.
No.
We don't talk about it. It's not like a conversation you have until it happens.
Yeah.
And whereas a lot of other cultures, I think, do a lot better. It's more ingrained in their culture, you know.
Yeah.
No, like I just did a couple um little writing assignments on the Dia de los Muertos, you know, and it's like from an early age you're kind of like put into this, you know, death
Yeah.
and it being part of, you know, life, and like, you know,
Yeah.
like, so you when somebody does pass, it's not as devastating because you know like how to handle it and deal with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't do a very good job here in Western society.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things that I feel like when it comes to death, also with you know, with just how like conduct ourselves in life as well, because it's like, I mean, whether you believe in in an afterlife or not, whether you believe it's, you know, some dude up there that had, you know, is like, hey, cool, you know, you know, accept me and I'll let you come into the club, or if you're, you know, one of those dudes is like there's a big fat Asian dude that just is like, hey man, you want to reach a state of like absolute fucking peace?
Yeah.
Well, you weren't cool, so you got to kind of reincarnate until you
Yeah.
do. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? It's like one way or another. I think I would like to believe that there is something that happens after this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like sadly enough, when I was a kid, my only reason that I ever kept that in the back of my head was I just went, hey man, I really just want to see my friends again. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like if I have to say what's up to the 9-armed blue dude, that's Hinduism people. But anyway, then I don't
Yeah.
mind as long as I get to see my friends again. Because man, some of them were like, um, one of my buddies, his name was Corey. Yeah, he passed away when I was in the military. He had childhood lymphoma, no, leukemia, lymphoma, leukemia, some one of those, the big C, right?
Yeah.
Um, strangely enough, where his birthday was, if you wanted to be like zodiac girlies, he was a Cancer. Fucking ironic. I told him that when he was on it, when he was in the hospital, and he did not laugh, but he still called me gay. So, but like, but yeah, I still quote him,
Yeah.
to this day, and he died, man, 2016 and 2017. I think I have a picture of it's me, Jessa, my friend Corey, and my friend Tony, and yeah, they're gone. They both. My friend Tony died in his sleep in 2018, and then Corey died of leukemia in 2016, and even then, like, dude, like both of them, right? Both of them taught me so much about life.
Yeah.
My friend Tony taught me about taught me that a tranny is not just a transgender person. It's also a thing in your car. And then also too that, my friend Corey was, really kind of like, cause he was like wanting to get into the military and also wanting to get into firefighting.
Yeah.
So he like basically like took me under his wing and helped me like get into the discipline of like understanding military life.
Yeah.
And then, so that like heavily prepared me going into like the military, because I had already I had already signed up and I was getting ready to go for boot camp when I was living with him and my friend Tony. And then, so like you still remember those things, and you still kind of like,
well, that's kind of the shift in perspective I like to tell people and give people advice on is how lucky we are to have people in our life that meant that much to us.
oh yeah,
rather than going and being like, I'm never going to see this person again, heartbroken, it's like, but also like, it's rare to find people that you connect this deeply with.
yeah.
And whether it was a short time that you got with them or a long time, like, it's a wonderful thing that you even got that to begin with.
Yeah, that's the truth, man.
And I try to remind people to reframe and like think about it in that sort of way. It's not going to ease the grief, but
yeah,
I think in the long run it becomes a healthier perspective.
Mhm.
It
also makes things, I mean, if you wanted to reframe it too, it's like, I mean, if that's the old adage of, that your time is finite, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, especially with Diego and I am a lot, I mean, a lot of, it was different with Tony, but with Diego, I remember, because he was the most recent person.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to try it with his, and it was, I didn't think about, man, I'm so sad that he's gone. I started to be very happy with the amount of time that I got to hang out with him. And I've started to think about the moments and the memories that I got to hang out with him. I cherish those because, those are so like when you're going about your relationships, don't obviously go into it and be like, I know you're going to die one day, so I really got to pay attention to you, because that's fucking weird.
It's
and
so
you
weird.
won't have friends for very long if you do that.
Yeah.
But in a sense, it's like, for the time, for the understanding that it's like, because obviously people don't, obviously it's like, oh yeah, that person could die. Yes, but it's also too, it's like, life happens.
Yeah.
People push away, people move different places, and
it's changed.
Exactly. But it's like, during those times, you're just like, hey man, like, you're a phone call away, or if you're not, and things happen the way that they did. And then is you still remember those times that you hung out with them, and you cherish those ones. So what I'm saying is that the biggest thing is to start being more present with people.
Yeah.
Right. Don't think about the the thing that you're doing. Think about the thing you're doing
Who
and
it's
with who it's with. Thank you. Sorry. But so it's like, it was kind of interesting because it's like, I think it was the same thing with like a couple others. When Diego died, it was like the first time, like, what?
Yeah.
Whoa. And it's like,
Oh, especially, Diego's so young.
that is true.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Man. And that one came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That one came out of nowhere. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when I was standing on the platform for AVS, getting ready for we're getting ready for the meet, and they did a moment of silence for him. Man, I started crying a little bit. I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
And I just,
That's okay.
yeah,
It's, it's okay to feel the feelings, to be sad, whatever.
just don't cry, because we're not fucking criers, right? Just kidding. Fuck it.
No, but like, feel the feelings, it's okay. It doesn't make you less of a person or anything, don't try to just hold it all in and, act like everything's fine. Go through the motions because that's part of the healing process.
Exactly.
But also try to remember that like they're gone, but man, I'm so grateful that
Exactly.
this person. And I think that is a healthy way to look at these situations like that, and not let it destroy you, because that happens sometimes. People lose somebody and they don't know how to handle it. And
yeah, I mean, it's painful. The I always think about this one thing. Do you know who Khalil Gibran is?
oh,
He's a poet. He wrote
Okay.
this thing. One of the things that he wrote.
you can recite some poetry.
I'm going to recite one thing that I remember, because it was one thing that I burned into my memory, and it was your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and sip his remedy in silence and tranquility. Right?
Okay.
So I remember that, and I've committed it to memory, because now whenever I like go through something, if I'm dealing with something, or if I stub my toe, I think about that, and I remember this is the physician within me. Fuck. But so, honestly, yeah, that whole book,
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember what the book is called, but Khalil Gibran, it centers around this one person, or a group of people that are asking this one teacher questions. And one of the questions that made him say that was, they said, "Teacher, what do you do in the time, and what do you do in the times of death? How do you deal with that pain?" And then he says that. So that is also something that you always kind of want to carry around with you, in a sense of like, just not just in death, but it also too is just like heartache with times of life. Because at the end of the day, it's like, remember, it's like, yeah, it's a remedy for you to be able to heal yourself. That's what pain really is. And it's also, again, it works perfectly. It's a shattering of the understanding that you thought you had, you were like, well, what I know is that I see, like, for me, if you wanted to put it in a reality terms, it's like, in my reality and my understanding is, I see Diego at the gym every Wednesday at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when he squats.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Yeah. But then it's realizing that now that he's gone, he's not going to be coming in on Wednesdays to squat anymore.
Yeah.
And that is a completely shattering of understanding and realities for anyone that was ever close with him. So that was definitely like one of the big things, as well as, I mean, fuck, dude. Fucking Marcus Aurelius is Stoicism, dude. if you want, what was it? What the fuck? Meditations.
Yeah, meditation.
Oh my God, dude. If you want to be like, like super, super YouTube bro, right? Marcus Aurelius's meditations, right?
Yeah, the Stoics really made a comeback
Huge,
a little late, you know,
huge.
which it's kind of understandable. You know, people are looking for some answers about life, and
Mhm.
you know, Stoicism is a good place to turn.
Exactly. Well, the one thing that I've been doing, which is because, which is a quote from Marcus Aurelius's teacher, Epictetus, and he always said, "You have no control over things that happen in life. However, you do have control of how you handle it or how you react to it."
Mm-hmm.
So, that is what I've been doing with my with my as of recent. I'm going to go into it a little bit for you guys. For the listeners out there, I'm going to kind of be fully transparent and actually talk about what has been happening with me lately. um, so it started when I was on Reddit. I ended up having two back-to-back injuries. I had a pec injury and then, or sorry, had a quad injury and then a pec injury, one after the other. And after that, I couldn't string. Life just kind of just started really fucking hammering me and like, um, started trying to like, but it was around that time I also started to realize I was like, it was kind of like a pivotal moment where I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to compete anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, I had those back-to-back injuries and I was like, fuck, I need to just
Take a step back.
take a step back. And, so then around that time I started to take a bunch of stuff to try and help myself. I started taking growth to kind of help myself out. And I started noticing that like I started swelling really bad. And, I like when I was TMI, sorry guys, but when I was pissing, it was coming out a little bit frothy, a little bit bubbly. So I started doing a little bit of research and I fucking freaked the shit out, dude. I freaked out so bad.
Yeah.
I was like any little kid when they see someone with a deformity that like that
Can't take your eyes off.
what's that? Why is that? What the fuck is that? Why you look like that? You know? But so that caused me to really pull back hard on training.
Yeah.
And it was at that time where I also decided I was like, listen, because like there's a significant amount of time between the injuries and that happening that I started to realize I was like, hey man, like I can't string together any type of block at all. You know, my training suffered hardcore because of everything and like it's because of life and like just I mean love my clients, but at the same time it was like a lot of time having to be like a lot of attention being put to that. And when I started to realize, I was like, okay, I think there's something wrong. There might be something wrong with my kidneys, which is what comes about with as a sign, as a kind of like a red flag for kidney health is if your piss is not cleared, there could be protein in your urine. If it's coming out discolored, or if there's blood in your urine, then that's a what the fuck.
Yeah, if there's blood in your urine, definitely go see a doctor right away.
Yeah. Luckily there was no blood. My blood pressure was ridiculous. It was, I think like, I mean, because of just like stress, because like we're, you know, I was going through some money issues as well. It was like, I was walking around at like 140, 148 over like 85, 90. That's not good.
Yeah,
Not,
pretty right.
yeah. And like, it's just a big system of my own bad decisions. You know what I mean? It was just like, I decided in my head that was like, hey, I'm going to try EQ. And that like incredibly raised my hematocrit hardcore and like threw my blood pressure off completely. And I'm still kind of trying to like like fix that right now, but my blood pressure's been really good.
Good.
I'm steady around 117 or 119 over 79 or 80.
That's solid there.
Yeah. And it's because like, again, it's like I took this time to really be like, okay, so, because I'm about to get a little woo here. Okay. Do you see the hat? It's all fucked up. It's because I'm about to get a little bit like, whenever shit happens, I take a step back and I look at it and I go, okay, what's life telling me right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For those that are, that are good Christian believers, what is God trying to tell me right now?
Yeah.
Right. And I sat back and I said, oh, maybe I'm too much.
Yeah.
Well, I need to pull the fuck back. I need to really reevaluate and prioritize some shit, right? So I decided I'm not competing this year, or for the foreseeable future until because I went and I got my blood work done, and blood work came back and it was fucking not golden. It wasn't great. It wasn't like I'm not like the big picture perfect of health, but my cholesterol was really good. Hematocrit was a little high. But kidneys are fine. There was no proteins in my urine. However, my EGFR was like 75, which is not great. So long though, as if it's above 60, I guess it's fine. But a lot of people are like, hey, you could probably do better with that, right?
Yeah.
So that's been my goal lately, has been trying to, I've been way more, precise with my dieting. Been really on, like, trying my hardest to get away from how, like, because when I get depressed, I get depressed. And I'm not like the people who are like, I mean, yeah, sometimes, but like, I'm not, my immediate thought isn't like, hey, let's go taste test some fucking shotguns or like, some shit like that. Cause like, here's my thought process, whatever. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's my thought process whenever I get to that point. I'm like, fuck, dude, it's time to go. Like, I'm ready. Like, let's fucking, and I've been dealing with this since I was a kid. Suicidal ideations has been a thing since I was a kid. But, whenever I get to that point, I always do this. I always go, I'll either go, yeah, but who's going to take care of my wife? I'm fucking God, dude. She can't take care of herself. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No. Or like, I find like little tasks that kind of like help me out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, okay, let me program first. And then if I still want to do it, I'll think about it. And usually by the time I'm done programming, I'm like, I'm hungry. I don't want to fucking eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just little things I have to trick my brain into. Don't worry, guys. I'm fine. Done. I'm fine. Okay. But when I get super depressed, my first thought is I'm going to go smash on food because that's what's going to make me feel good. And lately I haven't been doing that. I've been, really trying to I'm trying to be more like, what's the word? I'm trying to be nicer to myself, give myself more grace, and kind of just be like, hey, man, call myself buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, relax. It's all good. We're going to come back to it. Because that's the biggest thing. Is like, I'll just be sitting here and I'll just be like, again, fucking Instagram fucking kills me. I'll be sitting there just like scrolling through Instagram, just seeing like a lot of people, even people that I compete with, just getting better and better. And I'm just here, just like fucking. But then I said to myself, hey, buddy, you're getting better too.
Yeah.
You're getting better too. You're getting better in the best way possible too. Right?
Yeah.
Because I've been like,
well, can't get better at lifting more if you're not here.
that's not true. I have a feeling that there's at least a 24-hour fitness in hell. I'm totally convinced. If not that, it's a lifetime fitness.
No, it's a Planet Fitness.
It's a plan. Yes. Little uncle alarm is constantly
Just constantly going off.
but yeah, no, it's the truth. It's like, but also too, it's like, I'm starting to also like get to that point where I'm like, cause I won't lie. There were times where like people will come to me and be like, oh dude, I'm going to be doing this meet and I'm going to hit these numbers, and I'll just look at them and I'll be like, dude, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, full transparency, there was a part of me that was like deep down look at them and go, you know, it'd be as good as me. You'll never be as good as me. Right.
Yeah.
And this was hugely humbling. I needed this because now it's like, it always came from a genuine spot, but now it's fully genuine. I hope you guys do better. I hope you guys do great, because it's like, it can all just be fucking, for all I know, just all of this happening could have been it could have been the reason why ABS is my last meetup.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And hey, I hit 2072. I've hit 2K 3 times.
Damn.
That's
damn good.
yeah. And it's not like a 2K below 2K, 2K, 2K. No, it was like 2K, above 2K, above 2K, you know? So it was like, hey, we did good. Do I still feel like I still have a little bit in the tank? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I do. And you know, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep fucking trying.
But, and I know you're still pretty young. So if you take a couple years off, you're still in your 30s.
Yeah.
So plenty of time
Yeah.
to improve and keep growing and keep getting better.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not that big of a deal if you take a little time to get healthy, get everything right. You know, like, it's not the end of the world. And you know what? Even if that was the last time you were competed, like, one you won. That's true. Which is a good way to go out.
Fuck yeah.
But two, it's like, yeah, you're still coaching, so you're still doing that. You're still helping other people compete, which I enjoy almost as much as competing, if not as much as competing.
Yeah.
You know, watching others compete, like coaching, it's fucking a blast.
Oh,
like,
dude, being able to get people to their new, like, a new PR, or like getting them to like really start like believing that they're gonna get to what they want, dude. That's what makes coaching the best job ever.
So like, even if you never step on the platform as an athlete again, which you can. I mean, there's not like, you know, maybe not at the level you once were, but you can still do it.
Oh yeah.
All natural without anything else and doing all the craziness. So like, it's not the end, but you know, when you have that side of things that, like, you know, that's awesome in itself.
Yeah. Well, sadly, I don't think I can ever come off of like just testosterone alone. I've been on for too long.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about like,
who would? Who the fuck would? What the fuck? Oh, I just don't want to pin myself, poke myself with the needle. Yeah, but then what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I'm more talking about everything else that's
is,
you know, can be harmful to your health.
The fun stuff.
Yeah, the fun stuff.
The fun stuff. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm whether I'm able to or not, I don't really care. The thing that I've been like really just wanting to do right now is I'm trying to just get my health in order. I don't want to be, I just don't want to be in the 280s anymore. I just don't. Like right now, I'm like hardcore dieting, not hardcore dieting, because I'm like, I've fallen off. Okay. I have to wag it a couple times. Okay. Am I perfect? No. Right. But I'm cute and I have a nice ass. But, but like, I'm taking my diet again more seriously, trying to reframing it in my own head too, to where instead of being like, I need to do this so I can lose weight, I'm sorry, I'd be like, you know, I want to reach the version of myself that I truly feel I can reach.
Yeah.
And I owe it to myself, and I have a respect enough for myself to try and reach it. And then with that being said, I have completely fallen off with fucking caffeine since the boys, dude.
Yeah.
Dude. So another part kind of like, you know, of life hitting me. I have two, hence the reason why my coaching business is called Big Bully Strength. I have 2 English bulldogs. I love English bulldogs. They are so rambunctious. They're so goofy. They're just so full of personality. And the thing that I love about them the most is that a lot of people just assume that they're bulldogs or they're just lazy.
Yeah.
They're not lazy. They are very stubborn, extremely stubborn. If they don't want to do something, it's not going to happen. But they are extremely energetic. They still get zoomies just like any other dog, except, they took her out faster. And they're fun. And that's the reason why I base my coaching business off of them, is because a lot of people assume that powerlifters are fat and lazy. And at one point, the quintessential powerlifter was, but that's not how they are anymore. And that's not me. That's never been me. Yeah, okay, I've been heavy. Yeah, okay, or whatever. But I've always tried to stay in shape. I've always tried to prioritize health and a good diet and training and all that other stuff, right? So obviously that's what. So, but my boys are fairly older. They're 10 years old. They'll be 11 in February, and they've reached that age where regular food just doesn't work for them anymore. I have to give them really like a prescription style diet. But before I knew about that, they were just literal poop factories, and they were shitting everywhere. And it for a second I thought, especially for one of them, because one of them was pooping blood. For a second I was like, he's gonna like it.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm like I'm going to have to end up putting this one down. This is my boy Baloo. He was named after the bear in Jungle Book. Baloo. And then like slowly after, Poe started showing the same thing. So my two dogs, Poe and Baloo, those are my dogs. Anyway, so I took Baloo to the vet, and it turns out that Baloo, along with my other boy Poe, they're just old, and they can't digest like the regular kibble food or the regular soft food anymore. So I had to give them this, and we changed that. We gave them like we started adding more coconut water into their actual water, into purified water. We don't give them tap water anymore because that gives them the shits. and like just little things we changed over, and then slowly but surely they started getting better. But man, like me and Jessa were up almost like every 3 hours or so just to get up and take them out. And I was dying at work. And so I was just like, I didn't give me it. I just started drinking coffee like a motherfucker, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
and like training goes bleh. When I walk a lot.
Yeah.
I walk a lot.
Good. Yeah. Walking. I've been getting back on that because I've been getting a little heavy.
But you wear it so good though, dude.
I don't like it.
You're what, 260?
Up to 270.
Really?
It was crazy is I'm not even eating, like, I'm not even trying to bulk right now. Like, I'm not even eating a massive amount of food or anything like that. My weight's just going, whew.
Damn.
So yeah. I don't know what's going on. But so I started, doing some cardio every day, adding that in.
What's your nutritionist say? Well, you gaining all this weight.
I don't have a nutritionist very well.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Well then. No, I was kidding. But
So yeah, so I've been getting back onto that. So walking is great, just getting more movement in. Very, very helpful. Easy way to get it, because running sucks when you're heavy.
oh, dude, yeah. One of my circuits, because like if you guys are looking to try and like get a little bit more steps in and just increase your activity, what I always tell people is an hour of cardio spread out throughout the week, and 30 minutes spread out across the week of HIIT training, which is interval training. If you can do that, it's a good start. You know what I mean? That means honestly too, if you just do 20 minutes on a Stairmaster or a treadmill on a Monday, and then 10 minutes on like a bike, 20 seconds on, 40 seconds of just like a good cruise speed. Like you do that, you'll hit your time super quickly, and then you slowly increase from there. But like that's what I started doing. But like one of the circuits that Jen put me on, I was like, I don't feel like doing farmer's carry. I'm gonna run 200 meters. And yeah, I was, oh man, I was sucking air. Like by the time I came back, I was huffing and puffing hard. I haven't ran in a while, which is why I want to get into sprinting again.
Okay.
You know, sprinting and moving. Cause it's like, honestly, the moment I took that thought process of like, fuck, dude, I got to train, get ready. Cause like, I'll be honest with you guys. For a good second, I started really hating powerlifting for a good minute. I got done with the ABS meet and I was like, fuck yeah. And I was getting people walking up to me and being like, all right, what's the next meet, dude? What will we do? Do it in 2100 or what? I'm like, man, can I just fucking enjoy my whatever? And that was the big thing that I knew that I like subconsciously knew I needed to take a break from this. And I feel like life was like, oh, you need a break. Oh, here you go.
Yeah. I'll make you take a break.
Yeah. And it's because like the moment I even thought about another meet, like the Ireland meet that I was planning, and I was planning to do I was planning to do the ABS European Grand Prix in Limerick, Ireland. I was gonna travel for it, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! This is gonna be my first ever traveling," and blah blah blah. But deep down, it was there. It was a prominent voice. It was like, "I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. I don't want to do this. I'm fucking tired. I don't have it in me to go through another prep and put myself as well as put my priorities on the back burner, put my wife on the back burner."
Yeah.
Cause like, that was one thing too. When I told my wife, I was like, I don't think I'm going to compete this year. She went, good. When, like, is this the last one? I was like, no. She's like, you have max 2 more at like a high competitive level. And I was like, sick. Cool. All right. And you know what she said? She was like, she goes, yeah, because I just want you to live your life now. And I went, I've been living my life this how I've been dead this whole time. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But I mean, in a sense, it's the truth. So much time has been like, or she's been like, let's go get pancakes. And I'm like, no, I have to diet. Yeah, I just want to eat. Or she'll be like, let's go do something. And I'll look at her and be like, I fucking gotta go train.
Yeah.
Sorry. You know?
Takes a lot from everything.
Yeah. And I'm not the best, man. I'm not perfect. I did my best and I tried to make things, I tried to accommodate for her as best as I possibly can. And she was a trooper. She fucking held out the most, and like, so the third, wanting to leave, I get it, so
Yeah.
she left for work. She didn't leave me. She can't leave me.
No.
I asked her, I was like, would you ever leave me? And she was like, where? To go where? I'm like, you just ever leave me? She's like, to the next room? Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess. I was like, oh.
Never mind.
My wife is the fucking best, dude. Let me tell you guys why being married is awesome. It's because my wife is the best. Because my wife is the best, being married is awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But it's the truth. She held me down for like so long, And so right now, I have no problem when, taking a back seat, taking the blame power of taking a back seat, me just coaching, me working. And then, cause like, she said something too. She was like, she goes, I used to hate powerlifting. And I hated that you were a powerlifter, and I hated that you would compete because it just took so much of your time and so much of your effort. I was like, I understand. And she goes, but then I became an aerial acrobatist or aerialist.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started teaching aerial. And then she started doing shows and stuff like that. It's become so much of her life that she just looks at it and she goes, fuck, I get it. I get it. And I don't say anything to her.
Yeah.
I let her do her thing because at the end of the day, one, when she's not home, I get to play video games. So she's like, all right, I'll be home at like 11 or midnight. I'm like sitting there just like slaying dragons in Elden Ring. Just like, dude, me and the boys are in Pampers now.
That's future.
That's just future us, man.
Was gonna be fucking not knowing where we are, but shitting ourselves.
Well, yeah, dude. People want sock on fighting like fucking nurses' assistants in a fucking hallway.
Yeah. So we're gonna be like strong as fuck, so we're gonna be fucking them up.
Hell yeah, dude. Just, Mr. Garcia, please. Stop putting them through drywall and shit.
I'm Korean.
Oh my god.
They're just gonna look at him and just dumped out.
Yeah, that like fuck.
Clean that up.
It'd be like one of those like. Do you remember? Have you ever seen like when like prison guards go to get someone out of a cell? They like just like armor up.
Yeah,
and they just like go in. And they just like
all the nurses together do that.
Yeah, dude.
Like, how are you gonna get these guys?
Literally, what?
They shit themselves. They get in the shower, clean them.
I honestly like I'd be honest with you. I told Jessa this because Jessa was like, because like I listen to a lot of like when I'm like walking or if I'm like doing my stuff around the house, I'll listen to a lot of Reddit stories, like people and stuff like that. And like one of the stories I listened to was this lady who just got super fed up with taking care of her husband after he had a stroke, and she basically just like fucking was like, I want to go live my life, let him die in a fucking facility. And the reason why that hit home so much is because I work at a skilled nursing facility, and sad to say, I've seen that happen.
Yeah,
I've seen people show up, drop their loved one off, and tell them straight to their face, hey, we'll be in tomorrow next week to just come and visit, and they don't see them ever again. I remember one lady I remember I walked in this one lady's room, and I went to go work with her, and she was crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's the matter? What's going on? And she's like, it's my birthday today. And I went, oh, happy birthday. She's like, none of my family are here. No one came. And I went, right, so we're going to sit up and go for a walk now. I'm not going to say happy birthday to her. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm joking. I actually did. But it was just incredibly sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I've been having these conversations with some of my, who talk to the clients and stuff, now, or talk about a little bit of everything, how selfish we are as a society, and how it's all about us, and the community, the family aspect is kind of diminished.
Oh, very much so. It's like more times than not, it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like it's rough. My mother took care of my grandfather up until he died, and like none of the other family helped her. And like she also, because my grandfather was not just only an immigrant, he was also a hardcore alcoholic. So having to translate for him, but also to having to wait a minute, hold on. Did I ever tell you about the story about him?
I don't know.
So let me backtrack here. This whole time, okay, mind you, right? When my name is Adam Garcia. I am a Mexican man. However, I don't know Spanish. Okay, for all of you listeners out there, I'm sorry. I don't speak Spanish. I'm learning. It's just hard. I don't know what it is. I can somewhat pick up math. I can read, kind of, but like when it comes to languages, I just have.
I'm the same. Fuck. I suck at.
I just can't pick it up. But so growing up, I just didn't learn Spanish, and my grandfather spoke nothing but Spanish. So all of us would make fun of him because of whenever he would like try to speak English, it would always you just right. And so we would all just kind of giggle and be like, what the fuck, whatever, you know?
Grandpa's crazy.
Yeah. And when he died, I was talking and I was like, man, I really wish I would have gotten a chance to be able to talk to Grandpa a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think it was my aunt. My aunt looks at me and no, it was my mom. Mom goes, what are you talking about? I was like, well, and then he spoke Spanish and I didn't know Spanish. And she was like, you know, he could speak English, right? And I went, what? And she goes, yeah. He thought that you guys thought it was funny when he spoke broken English. So he just kept speaking broken English. And he just never told you guys that he actually spoke English. And I went, are you telling me?
What?
Yes, he died when I was in the military. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, geez, 20. So I think when I was in Dam Neck, I was like 23.
Yeah.
So 23 years of my life, my grandfather held up his end of this joke that he did not speak English because he thought we thought it was funny. So he fucked with us for 23 years. And from what I heard, what my family told me is that he would do the broken English or whatever and then turn to like, dude. What the fuck? I was baffled.
That is a story right there.
Baffled, dude. And I was skeptical. I was like, there's no way you're fucking with me. You have to be fucking with me. Yeah, no. It's cooperated by all my uncles. So yeah, he spoke perfect English. And I was like, he's like, yeah, he was like during the time he used to work at a power plant. Yeah. Or he used to work at a factory. It was like, he had to speak English. I was like,
that's nice.
Dude, when you think about a man of conviction,
Yeah.
no one stands even toe to toe with my grandfather, who held a 23-year-long thing. Yeah. But either way, yeah. So when he passed away, none of my aunts and uncles really helped. And my deal Ricky and my mom really stepped up and helped him. But it took a toll. Took a toll on everyone. So I'll be honest with you. I told Jessica, I was like, if I come back and I get my blood work done or something comes back and it's like, hey, this is what you're gonna be having for the rest of your life. You're gonna be needing someone to take care of you. I'd be like, sick, dude. Put me in a power chair and send me right off the Coronado Bridge. I'm fucking. Let me do a quick sayonara and like send me off fucking taps. Hit the taps button, fucking full set, dude. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to be a burden to somebody else for
you a long
time. Yeah, it's tough. It's rough.
Yeah, and
it's a lot to take care of somebody.
Exactly. Or you get put into a skilled nursing facility. And I can tell you right now, you guys, I hope you never ever have to either A, experience a skilled nursing facility, or B, I hope you never have to experience trying to put a family member into a skilled nursing facility, because they're horribly expensive. And more time, I hate to say it, but insurance companies just don't cover. They'll cover like maybe a little bit of it. You know what I mean? I heard stories of like people's like, oh, it's like 4,000. It's like, oh, fuck, like 5,000-6,000 a month, and they only cover like a fourth of it. And it's like, what?
That's the same.
It's ridiculous. It's horrible. So right off the corner of the bridge. Yeah. With a little umbrella and see if I can
Does it work?
Yeah, hit the drift, right? hit the ocean air. See if I catch a little bit of a drift before I just hit the water. But yeah, dude. It's funny because it's like, you know, like mean, we're all gonna have to one day kind of pay for the things that we put in our bodies,
Of course.
and stuff. But if we're lucky, we won't.
Yeah. Well, speaking of putting stuff, I want to talk about this because um, it's kind of something I've noticed a lot, and I want to start pushing back a little bit on the culture around like caffeine and energy drinks.
Oh yeah.
Because like I've had a couple energy drinks this week. I had 3 hours of sleep Sunday night, coming to Monday, and I was like, all right, well, now is as good a time as any to have one. And I had one, and I was like, oh, I actually feel a difference finally, because it'd been since mid-April since the last time I had caffeine.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is what an energy drink's supposed to do for you.
Yeah.
But I had been for so long pre-workout every day, fucking energy drinks 1 to 2 a day, you know, for years. And like that's gonna take a toll on your body.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I noticed in like the 2.5 months of not having caffeine, I slept better, I felt better, didn't make a difference in my workouts, and I wasn't sluggish or anything in the workouts. So it was like, I really want to just use caffeine as a tool of like, hey, like I got 3 hours of sleep, let me help get through this day, but it not be a regular thing. But I think there's so many people, especially starting out young,
Oh yeah.
where they're just like pounding caffeine like crazy, and it's such a big part of the fucking Instagram fitness culture. It's like these jokes. Huh, let me mix pre-workout in my with the energy drink, and let's slam it back and fucking, all right, now take another scoop of pre-workout. And it's like, this is so toxic.
Oh yeah. I agree.
It's so toxic that you're teaching, like, this is what people find entertainment. Like, this is what people are doing.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, it is really disgusting, because you know what? A lot of these people are going to have problems as they get older.
Yeah. Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, there was a high school girl. I saw it on I'm not sure it came up on my Instagram, but I kind of looked into it as well. There was an Instagram girl, or yeah, there was a girl that I saw on Instagram, and she ended up dying because she would drink 6 of those Alani things a day. She was high school. She went to full cardiac arrest and fucking straight kicked the bucket.
Like,
Right?
I didn't start having caffeine until I was in the military. I think the first real caffeine I started having was drip fuel in Iraq.
But that's understandable. You were getting shot at.
Yeah, it's fine now. It was more like just getting a couple hours of sleep every night for 7 months straight.
Well, that's understandable. That was,
But yeah, but like I never like then I'd come back home and I wouldn't have caffeine.
yeah.
You know, and then for a while then I started getting into working out, and then that was when like pre-workout became part of my everyday thing, and that's when it kind of took on.
Yeah.
Caffeine became more of a part of the everyday routine. But that wasn't still until I was, you know, mid-20s at least. You know,
Yeah.
but like now these like fucking high schoolers are just pounding caffeine, and it's like, this is going to be so bad for you as you get older. You know, so I that's something I want to kind of push. I've been talking about it, and like, you know, I mean, you experienced it too. Like, you actually feel good not being on caffeine. And then,
Yeah, that was the one thing, was that like I really started to feel like one, my workouts really did feel an effect from it. And again, it was like, because again, I was like able to sleep
you know,
those 8 hours or 7 hours, and really, and that was another thing too. I was actually tired.
Yeah.
Because I was walking a lot, doing a bunch of stuff, and hitting the bed tired. And it's like last night, um, these past couple of weeks or the past 2 weeks or so that, I've been dealing with the boys and, with wife, but, I mean, just in last night, I felt the full effect of what happens when, you take any, like, a stimulant.
Yep.
There wasn't caffeine. I was on Adderall, but it still kind of kept me up. And I mean,
Yeah.
it was, and to tell you the truth, I mean, I started drinking caffeine in high school.
Yeah.
Cause again, um, it was like like at the time, again, it's like when you don't have it, you have it for the first time, or you have it for the first time in a long time. At least for me, when it was with someone with, with ADHD, I had like, it was like an elixir of like, holy fuck, if I drink this, I can focus, I can really hone in, and I have energy.
I could run through a wall.
I could fuck it. I can really I can do a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And then I started to drink a lot of it, and I abused it. And then, that went a long time without it, and blah, 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 blah. But I started in high school, and that was before I didn't even know what attention deficit, I didn't know what ADHD was. During that time, it was just called gay. You're gay, and you're just like, all right, well, guess I'm gay now. So no, I mean, it was just, if you like, yeah, I didn't, when I was growing up, I didn't know anybody with like ADHD or anything like that. But now that I think about it now, it's like, I can think about some of the people that I had. I was like, fuck, dude. Yeah. You, you and you and you and me. And it was like, but the thing that no caffeine taught me the most though was, man, it really like, it teaches you, you truly have to cherish those 8 hours of sleep that you get, because one, the less sleep you get, the less likely your brain, or the less efficient your brain becomes at, cleansing the amyloid plaques within your brain. So for those of you that are like, I'm going to give it like 5.5, 6 hours of sleep a night. Well, that's not enough time for your brain to really do its job to actually take away the amyloid plaques from the brain. And for those of you that want to know what amyloid plaques are, too much of that in your brain causes dementia. Dementia is basically those plaques start to create and build up and build up and build up in the brain, and then you start having really bad memory issues. You ever feel like, for those of you listening, if you ever find yourself after like only getting 3-4 hours of sleep and you feel like you can't function, you forget, or you're forgetful, you have object preeminence, which is you put something down and take 2 steps away and then you completely forget where you put it. Stuff like that. It's stuff like that. And that's like, I'm not saying you have dementia. That's not it. You can absolutely.
Yeah. A good night's sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's, yeah, we're meant to get that good sleep, that 8 hours of sleep. Cause yeah, it helps to, that's why, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't know about you, but by the end of the day, I'm kind of dumber, ready to just turn off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, you're meant to go through those cycles. You refresh, you come in the morning. In the mornings, you feel a lot better, be able to, like, you're like, all right, I can get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
So with the caffeine interrupting those sleep cycles, you're setting yourself into a cycle of constant not getting enough sleep and then relying on caffeine to get you through the day, and it's not healthy.
It is not. It really isn't. And you know what? I second that, because for me, I lately have just been using caffeine for my workouts.
Yeah.
Mainly because I mean, What's the worst that can happen? I drop someone and I'm walking with them. Whatever. They fell on their own. I didn't do anything. But anyway, I'm just kidding. But for the most part, though, is that like, you know, like if I know I'm going to be lifting heavy weight, or at least like what I consider heavy weight at this current time, I'm like, no, I'm fucking tired of shit. I'm gonna fucking drink some caffeine and go fucking, and like it did exactly what what I needed to do.
Yeah. Well, and that's where like, I'm not saying don't drink any caffeine, but one, use it as a tool and also keep the amount low.
Yeah.
You know, 100 milligrams. If you haven't been drinking much caffeine, all you need is 100 milligrams.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if you prefer coffee, a cup of coffee, it's perfectly fine.
Oh yeah.
It's you know, when you're constantly relying on it, that's when it's not so good.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? Too much of something is just a bad thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. You know? Do you have anything else?
That's about it.
I think so.
USA won.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
2-0. Moving on to round of 16.
Wow.
So,
Fuck yeah.
moving on up. I think they play Belgium next. So.
Dude, if we win,
yeah.
Do you know how funny that would be?
That'd be something.
Because like,
that'd be crazy.
Because we're talking about countries that look at soccer and call it football when we're like, oh yeah, it's soccer.
Well,
and
so
they lost to that country.
So, you know, the term soccer comes from England. It was an English term. They used to call football.
Oh.
They brought it over to the US. We started using it.
Mm.
They changed back to using football as the term, didn't tell us. We kept using it. And then we also had American football start, and we're like, well, we can't call it football. We already have a football here. So we're sticking to soccer, so fuck you. And that's so it's actually the British fault that we call it soccer. So yeah.
You feel good about yourself? Because you feel like you know every fucking thing.
So it's their fault that we call it soccer, and they can suck a dick.
Yeah.
Trying to say that you guys call it soccer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
fucking
you
can take your tea in the fucking.
We're gonna win the World Cup and officially change it worldwide to soccer.
Can you imagine?
No longer football in the world. It's soccer.
It's soccer, dude. You gotta fucking deal with that shit. Well, thank you guys so much. Conclude this episode with I love you, and everything's gonna be okay. Even when shit is going completely wrong, you have no control over anything. It's okay. Just go through the motions, take it day by day. It's going to work out. Everything works out for the best one way or another. Mm-hmm. With that being said, also too, please like, share, and subscribe and all that other stuff. And thank you all. We love you. Okay, bye.